I'm Senator Bob Huff. Thank you for joining me for the week of June 27th, 2011. The big news of the week is that we finally have a budget. Well, actually, we voted 4 different times, but we believe this is the final one. And to be honest, it's a majority vote budget, meaning it reflects Democrat input, not Republican. But what the Republicans contributed to the process was we held the line on taxes. You'll recall back in January, the governor issued his January budget that had what he called a solution of half revenues and half cuts to fill his $26.4 billion deficit. Well, we always said that we could get a no-tax budget, and by holding the line and not putting that up for a vote, we were able to accomplish that. That's going to save the average taxpaying family about $1,000 a year, which is no small change in these difficult times. But what the Republicans were willing to do and why we were engaging at the table was we wanted the people to be able to vote on things that were more important to them than just extending the taxes that they said no to a couple years ago. We wanted to see that cap in spending, which was throttle back the state growth. We don't seem to be able to live within our means. We also wanted to reform the public pensions because the public pensions are underfunded by about $100 billion to $500 billion actuarially over the next 20 years. We wanted to get people back to work by throttling back some of the regulatory reform that keeps businesses from hiring people. But that didn't happen. It did shape the debate. People are still looking for those things. Some of the interesting accounting gymnastics that did happen is they magically assumed another $4 billion would appear. We've already received $6.6 billion new revenue unanticipated in January that was scored in the May revision, and then there was some more that came in after that. So they just did a little pixie dust and decided that they could ramp it up another $4 billion. So at the end of this budget period, we actually ended up with almost as much new revenue as what the Democrats were trying to tax us for in January. And even though that budget void has been filled, they still want to have a tax election next year. That's why we absolutely have to have a cap in spending. It's the only way we will get this under control. I want to thank you for joining me. I'm Senator Bob Huff.